Every Sunday without fail, my father would start the day by making either 농심 짜파게티 or 농심 신라면. Luckily for me, 농심 has come out with an all-vegan version. Yes, and it is really, really good. But they have yet to come out with a vegan version of spaghetti. So today, I'm gonna try and veganize this childhood favorite. Spaghetti is actually the instant version of a classic Chinese-Korean hybrid noodle dish called Jjajangmyeon. Inside, you'll find some noodles, a small packet of dehydrated vegetables, as well as soy protein. I'm not gonna lie, this looks pretty pathetic. A packet of the broth, which is essentially a gravy in powder form, and a tiny packet of oil to help bring the sauce together at the very end. In order to figure out what I wanted to add to my version, I did spend some time looking at the ingredients. Immediately I see why this isn't vegan. It contains shrimp. But I also noticed that it contains onion and carrot, as well as potato, garlic, soy protein, and red chili pepper, all of which I can have. Because I won't have shrimp or some of the other non-vegan ingredients, I will rely a little bit on mushrooms and a few more veggies than what's called for in the packet. So here are the veggies that came with the packet. And here's what I put together. We're off to a good start. For the sauce, we'll need some jjajang, or fermented black bean paste. Not those black beans, but black soybeans. Because this is a paste, it's going to have a bit of a chalky texture. In order to guard against that, we're going to roast it in a little bit of oil. I'm throwing in a couple squares of dried tashima, or kelp, in order to give it that seafood-esque flavor that we're missing from the shrimp.
Hey, George!
I picked these noodles up from the Chinese grocery store because this is technically a Chinese-Korean noodle dish. I will say, though, that these are wider and flatter than the noodles I'm used to in either spaghetti or at the Korean Chinese restaurant when I ordered jjajang. There are noodles that you can get from the Korean grocery store that are advertised as being made for jjajangmyeon, this dish, but I don't think they taste anything like the noodles that I was used to getting when I was growing up. Here's how they look side by side, but it looks so sad. I'm gonna add a little bit of slivered cucumbers to the jjapangmyeon. On the Sundays my mom had to go to work, my father, brother, and I would play hooky from church, and Daddy would take us out to the Korean Chinese restaurant and he'd order us a bowl that looked just like this. Minus the cucumbers, this is pretty much what I would make for my brother all the time growing up. As you can probably tell, this dish has a lot of sentimental value for me. It always, always reminds me of my dad because he loves it and because he wanted us to love it. Okay, so I put on this apron because every time I eat jjajangmyeon, I always splatter everywhere. Let's give this a try. That is so good. That is delicious. I could go back to eating this every Sunday. I know that not everyone's gonna like everything that you like, but it does mean something special when someone you love also loves jjajangmyeon. All done. Is it good?
Very good. Delicious.
Ooh, sorry, can't have any. It's full of onions and garlic. What about you, Sir George?